Number 10. Cheap clothes. Sounds backwards, right? You'd think buying cheap clothes saves money. But here's what I learned. Cheap isn't actually cheap. It's expensive in disguise. Because you wear it once or twice, it falls apart, it looks sloppy, and then you buy more. It's a cycle. I was basically funding fast fashion brands that gave me low-quality stuff I didn't even feel confident in. When I stopped buying cheap clothes, I realized two things. 1. My closet got smaller but sharper. I had fewer pieces, but they actually lasted and looked good. 2. I stopped feeling that constant urge to upgrade or chase the next sale. Buying quality once ended up being cheaper than buying garbage 5 times. Funny how that works. Number 9. Free subscriptions you forget to cancel. This one is sneaky, because it doesn't even feel like spending money at first. You know how it goes, you sign up for a free trial, thinking, I'll just cancel before it charges me. Except you don't. And the next thing you know, that $0 trial quietly turns into $9 a month, and it's been draining your account for 6 months straight. I did this with apps, streaming services, even random software I thought I'd use for work. The companies want you to forget they make it just inconvenient enough to cancel so you'll push it off. And while you're not paying attention, they're bleeding you dry. Now, I don't even sign up for free trials unless I know I'll actually use the service. Because let's be real, if you need a calendar reminder to cancel it, you probably didn't need it in the first place. Number 8. Bottled water. I'd buy one and think, oh, it's just $2. But $2 a day is $60 a month. That's $700 a year on water. I know some people argue taste or convenience, but honestly, that was just me being lazy. Now, I carry a decent reusable bottle everywhere, and not only did I save money, I also stopped feeling like I was tossing my cash straight into landfills with all that plastic. And let's be real, most bottled water brands are just filtered tap water anyway. So yeah, this one was a scam I gladly cut out. Number 7. New tech gadgets. This one got me bad for years. Every time a new phone, tablet, or gadget came out, I'd convince myself I needed it. I'd tell myself it would make me more productive, more creative, more connected. Reality check? It just made me more broke. Companies are masters at convincing us we're falling behind if we don't upgrade every year. But here's the blunt truth. Last year's model works just fine. Most of the new features are just marketing hype anyway. Now, instead of chasing every shiny new release, I ride my tech until it literally can't keep up anymore. And, you know what? Nobody notices. Nobody cares if I don't have the newest thing. Number 6. Fancy coffee drinks. Alright, I know this is the one people hate hearing. But hear me out, I'm not against coffee. I drink it every day. What I stopped buying were the overpriced sugar bombs disguised as coffee. $5 for something I could make at home for 50 cents? Yeah, that math didn't make sense anymore. I remember adding it up once and realizing I was spending over $1,000 a year at coffee shops. That was investment money. And honestly, it wasn't even about the coffee, it was about the habit. I was buying convenience, routine, and a little dopamine hit. Now, I still enjoy coffee, but I brew it at home. Cheaper, healthier, and just as satisfying. Number 5. Buying lunch every day. This was one of those sneaky money drains. Before I knew it, I was spending hundreds every month on takeout lunches. Half the time, it wasn't even good food. I was just too lazy to plan ahead. When I finally started making my own lunches, I realized how insane the difference was. Same food, a fraction of the price, and honestly, better quality most of the time. It wasn't about becoming some master chef. It was about not throwing away money just because I didn't want to chop a vegetable. Number 4. Status symbols. This one's even uglier, because it wasn't just gadgets. It was watches, sneakers, designer clothes. I once spent $300 on a pair of shoes I barely wore because, deep down, I just wanted people to think I had it together. And here's the twisted part, I didn't even like the stuff half the time. I was buying it for approval. When you're constantly chasing status symbols, you're basically admitting that strangers' opinions are more important than your financial freedom. Once I stopped trying to look rich, I actually started becoming rich. Then, I realized something freeing. Nobody cares. People are too wrapped up in their own lives to notice if your shoes cost $50 or $500. Number 3. Bar nights. Okay, I'm about to get brutally honest here. There was a point in my life where I was blowing hundreds a month, sometimes more just on going out. Bars, clubs, rounds of drinks, shots I didn't even want but bought anyway. Half the nights I barely remembered. The other half I just remembered how much I spent. And if you've ever bought drinks at a bar, you know it's a scam. A bottle that costs the bar maybe $20 gets sold to you one shot at a time for $200 by the end of the night. and I was happily handing over my card like an idiot. I traded my money for hangovers and blurry Instagram stories. Now, I still go out sometimes, but it's intentional. 1 or 2 drinks, not a parade of overpriced cocktails. I had to learn that fun doesn't have to mean financial self-sabotage. Number 2, impulse shopping. If you've ever walked into a store or scrolled online just to look, you already know how dangerous this one is. I used to fall for it constantly. A random shirt, a gadget, something on sale that I didn't even need. And of course, every purchase felt small in the moment, but add them all up and you've basically built a mountain of wasted money. What finally broke me out of this? Forcing myself to wait. I made a rule. If I see something I have to have, I wait at least 48 hours before buying it. 9 times out of 10, I forget about it. That means I didn't really need it in the first place, I just got caught in the moment. Number 1, trying to impress people. This one is number 1 for a reason. I wasted more money on this than anything else combined. Buying stuff I didn't need, driving cars I couldn't afford, ordering expensive meals, wearing flashy clothes, all because I wanted people to think I was doing well. But here's the harsh reality. Nobody cares. Seriously, people don't sit around remembering your shoes, your phone, or your car. Half the time, they're too busy worrying about their own lives. And the few people who do care, they don't matter. Once I stopped trying to impress other people, my spending dropped like crazy, and not only that, I started feeling more confident. Because suddenly, I wasn't chasing validation, I was chasing actual financial freedom. Bonus point 1, seasonal decor and holiday gimmicks. Halloween costumes, Valentine's Day bears, Christmas mugs. I used to buy all that seasonal junk. And every year, the cycle repeated. Guess what? That stuff has a 1-week lifespan before it's either outdated, shoved into storage, or in the trash. Holidays don't become special because you bought overpriced decor. They're special because of the people you spend them with. Once I stopped buying into holiday consumer traps, I saved a ton and enjoyed the moments more without all the clutter. Bonus point 2, overpriced gym clothes. Listen, I'm all for working out, but the idea that you need $80 leggings or a $50 tank top to break a sweat is ridiculous. I bought into it for a while, thinking fancy gear would motivate me. Spoiler, it didn't. You don't need performance fabric or logo-heavy outfits to stay fit. You just need to show up. Cutting out those unnecessary fitness fashion purchases saved me money and reminded me that discipline, not spandex, gets results. Bonus point 3, trendy kitchen gadgets. I used to fall for this all the time. Air fryers, juicers, some weird spiralizer that turned veggies into noodles. I bought them all. They looked amazing in ads, like they'd completely changed my life. But in reality, they ended up shoved in the back of a cabinet collecting dust. Most of these gadgets are just hype. They take up space, cost too much, and you use them maybe once before realizing a knife and a pan would have done the same thing. You probably have your own version of this list. Things you know are draining you, but you haven't had the guts to cut yet. My challenge to you? Pick just one and cut it this week. Watch how quickly the habit snowballs into something bigger. If you are seriously looking to level up financially, watch this next video right here.